Hello there, this is DBT and this is Art of Runes. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt Legends. And today, I'm gonna be testing out in multiplayer the car that you see on the screen right now, which is the Jag C-X75. And of course, this is because there's currently a car hunt going on for it right now, and you might be thinking, hey DBT, is this even worth going for? Well, today, we'll try to find out. But before I get into it, if you enjoy my content, please hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. Doing these things help the channel to continue to grow, it keeps me going, and I can continue making this content for you. So go ahead, like and subscribe for some more Asphalt Legends right here. It's free and it helps, so why not? But alright, so as I just mentioned, there is currently a car hunt going on, and I don't think I need to go too deep into explaining how car hunts work, but just in case, over here is where you're gonna be able to get some blueprints guaranteed if you have the support cars, being the Lamborghini Aventador SB and the VLF Force 1v10. You can get a total of 10 blueprints over there, another one guaranteed blueprint, and from there you need to be doing the race a ton of times in order to hopefully be able to get the blueprints in these packs. Now, this event runs for basically an entire week, though at the time of recording, some days have already passed. I still wanted to cover this because, I thought it was important for you to try to find out if it was worth or not. And I'll get into more of that as I do the races, but for now, I do want to talk about where this car is found in MP1, which is where I'm going to be testing it. And that is because, well, in MP2, you know that it's a mess with the ranks. In MP1 is where you're gonna find, in theory, the most competitive side of the cars. And this car actually belongs to Gold 4. Now, I'm actually currently in Gold 3, but I'm gonna be using this car, even though if it's a little bit under-leagued, I suppose that's the term, I don't know, just to show what it can do. Because honestly, in Gold 4, I was actually cruising with the Aventador SB, so I would imagine it would be relatively easy as well to do with the CX75. However, once you get into Gold 3, you start encountering more difficult competition, specifically in the form of the Lamborghini Huracan Evo Spider. You're gonna start finding a lot of those. You're also gonna be fighting already against some Class S cars as well, some strong Class B. So yeah, it promises to get interesting. Now, if that's the wrong car, let's pretend I clicked the right one. If you don't know anything about this car, the Jag CX75, it's a Class A car of a maximum rank of 3898, which puts it in the mid, slightly lowish side, considerably low. Let's say mid-low of Class A. Top speed of 367 is actually pretty fast for a Class A, especially of that rank. Now, the problem of this car is going to be the acceleration. By the way, I do not have epics for the car, so this is stats you're seeing. Oh no, I do have the epics for the acceleration. Nice. But yeah, so the acceleration is the only thing gold. But acceleration of 75, it's definitely not particularly competitive, especially in Class A, but it's fast, takes a while to accelerate, we'll see how it goes. Handling of 71, it's somewhat high, again, for a low Class A, and Nitro at 71, it's also pretty good. So, let's check how it does. And as expected, as promised, there's already a bunch of Huracans. Now, I don't think I need to say much about the Huracan. You probably raced a million times against a zillion Huracans, so you know what they are about. You know that they're a very strong Class B car. So that's why I wanted to get to this point in the multiplayer leagues to see how this car can perform over here, the Jaguar. Now, overall, I've driven this car a bunch before, and I have found it to be a pretty fun car to drive. I do not encounter it, do not find it to be a bad one. Now, I think one of the main problems of it is just that it's gonna lose a bunch of speed during the drift, but the actual drift is not super terrible in terms of not being, or rather, of being wide. This drift seems at the very least decent when it comes to the drifting radius, so there's that to consider. Now, once again, keeping in mind that it has some low acceleration, yeah, it's gonna definitely be fighting uphill, or swimming upstream, against these Huracans that are the opposite. They're considerably slower, but with a much faster acceleration. The common ground, I suppose, would be the good nitro. Now, granted, the Huracan has better nitro than this, but like I was saying, the nitro on this one is not bad at all, so yeah, let me tell you, it definitely can put up a... Oh, Jesus Christ! Right as I was gonna say, it can put up a fight, I got pushed. Now, by the way, we are playing currently in this multiplayer series, it's Unbreakable. And you know that Unbreakable is a push fest. So maybe this is not necessarily the best place to be testing this car, because in general in this type of multiplayer you want cars that accelerate really good, specifically because it allows you to get back your speed once you are pushed and you get shoved against a wall or something like that. So alright, the first race did not go my way, it's fine, let's just keep on. Oh, look at that, CR1, Jesus Christ, I need to talk about this thing of the overclock in MP1, it's ridiculous. All right, San Francisco. Let's see how we do over here. But once again, you can see Huracan. I see a Sexto Elemento as well. So yeah, kind of what I thought I would find over here, which is more of the higher side of Class B. Now, it's not straight up the highest that is found actually in Platinum, I believe. But still, some pretty strong cars. But yes, I was saying, in this multiplayer season, it's a push fest. There's no knockdowns, but everybody's pushing everybody. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain on the rear side. It's fine. That's just kind of how it is. So I know that actually a lot of people dislike this multiplayer series. I can find it fun. I can see why in general people would much prefer to do Ghost than Unbreakable. But I don't know. I think there's something to Unbreakable that provides you a different style of gameplay without needing to worry about the knockdown. So I don't know what to make of that yet. I still think it has some fun to be found, but yeah, a lot of frustrations. But which mode isn't frustrating? Come on. Well, Ghost, I suppose, but then, I don't know. That's a different topic. Whatever. But yeah, so like I was saying, I've driven this car before. Over here, this is my global account. And oh, by the way, I need to talk something about the game looking sharper. At least I think it looks sharper, but okay. I'm playing on my global account. That is my... Oh, Jesus. You see what I was saying? The drift not being terrible? It's low, but at least it's not super wide. In this account, I have had this Jag at 5-star for a while since we got the hunt last time, which was, I don't know, like a year ago. I'm not exactly sure when that was, but okay, hold on. Because if I could keep this, that would be fantastic. Come on, drift, come on. Yep, there we go. That's gonna be a burp. All right, I told you the first race was a bit of a mess because of that weird jump, but now, oh yeah, there it is. See, Zenvo TSRS, Lambo Invencible, Huracan Evo Spider, even overclocked at that. Sexto Elemento, a Grand Sport, and a Glickenhaus. Look at that. Well, I mean, it's a Glickenhaus. Okay, whatever, it's fine. So, as I was saying, here on my global account, I've had this car at 5 stars for quite a while now. So I've had some chances to drive it here and there, but honestly, I haven't paid too much attention to it. Wow, that decal actually looked kind of cool in the dark, but anyway. So yeah, I've had my chances to play with it, but honestly, once again, because of how this multiplayer system works and everything, you know that for a while in Asphalt Legends Unite, well, it was still called Asphalt Legends Unite, it was kind of difficult to get back into gold because it was so easy to end up in Platinum and in Legend League. But now that here in Asphalt Legends, it's gotten surprisingly difficult to get into Legend League unless you really want to grind multiplayer. I find myself driving a lot more of these cars that are in the Gold League, and actually I don't find that necessarily as a bad thing. Get out of the way. Corvette, what the frog is the problem with you? Oh, you... Wait. I thought this was unbreakable. Is this not unbreakable? What? Am I mistaken? It's not unbreakable. My bad. Oh my god. I've been saying a bunch of nonsense. I thought this was unbreakable. Alright, well, it's not unbreakable, so make of that what you will. By the way, sorry to that guy I knocked down. To be fair, I did kind of do it on purpose, not that I had anything against them. I was doing a half floaty, even though this car cannot float. But I figured if someone is gonna touch me in that process, well, they're gonna get knocked down. So yeah, sorry to that dude I knocked down. It was for science, all right? I'm sorry. It had to happen. It's fine. All right, and I got a 4th place. Oh, had I known, I should have pushed that Corvette harder. It's fine. But yeah, Zenvo to Corvette Grand Sports, Huracan Grand Sports, and a GTR and a ZR1. Now, with this newly acquired information, I shall play in a different way. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, now that I find myself playing more in the Gold League, I actually have more of a chance to test a lot of these cars that I couldn't before because I was in Platinum, and it's like, okay, if I drive this car in Platinum, chances are gonna be really bad for it. So, to some degree, I can appreciate the fact that now there's more, not more reason, but you are kind of pushed to play a little bit longer here in the Gold League. So, I don't know. Like I said, this gives me a decent opportunity. And to be fair, I'm playing this after the multiplayer season reset like some days ago. Now, of course, there's a whole argument to be made about like, oh, but you're technically playing late in the overall season. I don't know why I'm trying to do floaties with this thing. You're playing kind of late in the overall season and whatever. I've said it before, it's super difficult to find the most objective, perfect test of a car in the best scenario, which is gonna be, nah. So I'm just driving this whenever I have it available, so here we are. But at the end of the day, I think that's gonna kind of be similar for a lot of people. Oh, hold on. Oh, did I get a second? Let's go. All right, that Zenvo TSRS did manage to beat me, but hey, stole that 2nd place from the Huracan Evo Spider, so that makes me happy. Anytime I beat a Huracan, I'm happy. Oh, we're now in a more twisted track. So here's where I think it's gonna be a little bit more difficult for this car. Again, and I want to reiterate that. Me on saying about the drift, again, it's not bad drift, not particularly good, but it's usable, all right? It's not super slow and super wide like a bunch of other cars in the game. No, this one is pretty all right. It works overall fine, and I think that's what actually makes this car pretty fun to drive. The real disadvantage of this car, of course, is gonna be the acceleration. But even then, I still think in the context where it is played, I think it's alright. It competing against the mid-high Class B. Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. It can actually put up a fantastic fight, as you can see over here. Now, granted, oh god, I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't panic, people. I know what I'm doing. They can put up a pretty good fight over here, and even against some other Class A cars that I ought to be finding at some point later on. This is still well, no, actually we have found the ZR1s, which again is another mid-low Class A, but still, you know, all things considered, this car can definitely put up, oh god, put up a fight. In fact, this is in a higher league, or sub-league, I should say, than the, oh, did you see that overtake? Oh, beautiful. No knockdown required, let's go, burp. It's a second place only, but hey, I'll take it. It's in a higher sub-league than the Aventador SB, which is what I was using to rank up to get to use it over here, so. Alright, I got beaten by one of those horrible cars, but hey, I beat a bunch of others, so that's fine by me. Whoa, boy, now there's a bunch of Hurricanes overclocked as well, so oof. But yeah, sorry, I don't know what I was saying in the last race, because in between that race and this race, a bunch of time passed because I had to refuel the car. So yeah, I have no idea what I was saying. Probably something that was very wise and very true as well, because that's normally what I do. But yeah, I have no idea what I was saying, so let's pretend that I did finish that thought. For now, what I did want to mention is what I was saying a little bit earlier, that the game may look a little bit sharper. And if it doesn't look sharper to you, it does to me, alright? So what happens is that, and some people actually were observant enough that they were asking me, DBT, oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. They were asking me, DBT, didn't you say that you hate Bloom? Why have you been playing with Bloom all this time? And it is true. I do not like Bloom in general. I do not like it very much. I can, you know, it's alright to some degree, but a lot of times in this game I find that they have too much Bloom. But I have been playing with it just to try to get used to it, to record some videos, specifically some showcases and other stuff for the channel. Oh, did you see the overtake? That's gonna be a blah, 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 blah. But now, after months of using Bloom, I have disabled Bloom again. And oh my god, the game looks so much sharper. I think so, at least. Alright, defeating the... Oh, look at all the Hurricanes. I mean... Oh well, GG, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. Whenever I use Bloom, it looks like my screen is smeared. You know, like, oh, like some greasy hands touch the screen and the light reflects in such a weird way, and it's like, I don't know, it looks kind of yucky. At least that's how it looks to me. And without the Bloom, everything looks sharp. It looks great. By the way, I equipped my livery that I have no idea when I got, but apparently I do own this one. So yeah, I equipped it just for the sake of, you know, having it there. But don't ask me how I got it, because I legit don't even remember. But yeah, now that I've disabled Bloom, man, the game just looks so sharp again. I love it. Like I said, I don't dislike Bloom in general. It's not like I'm an enemy of Bloom, but the implementation of Bloom in this game, it just always felt to me way too exaggerated. And in some maps in particular, like, oh god, I can't see anything, so much Bloom. So yes, why don't you let me know, what do you think this looks? Does this look different than yours? Do you normally play with Bloom? Do you like Bloom? Have you ever tried with Bloom? And if you haven't, would you be willing to try without Bloom just to experience what a game that looks sharp looks like? I don't know, I'm telling you, I just don't love the excessive Bloom that this game can have, but it's fine. Alright, I got second place. That was pretty straightforward. I don't think that was like super anything, but yeah. Alright, defeated by... Oh, yeah, I need to talk about this. I need to talk this so very much. Overclock cars in MP1. For now, I did with the Huracan, Superleggera, Huracan, and an Icona Titanium Volcano, whatever it's called. Alright, I need to rant against the overclocked cars. Now, the overclocking feature has been quite divisive in terms of some people liking it, some people disliking it. I actually do kind of like them. But I understand why a lot of people don't. And I've already made some videos talking about this and my concerns about it and whatnot. I'll link it in the top right if I remember to. But the point is that overall, I'm not necessarily against or for the feature. However, The main problem that I'm seeing at the moment with it is precisely this incredible imbalance that it creates in MP1. Because, as you saw, we're driving cars of a rank of what? Like barely 4,000, right? Or 4,100 at most with the Hurricanes and things like that. Oh, but guess what? The ZR1, I don't remember if it's in this same... Yeah, I think it's in the same league that this one is, because I did click the wrong thing, allegedly. What did we say this is? It says Gold 4. And in Gold 4, you can be already driving a car that is like 40... I don't know how much, 4,400, with insane levels of whatever, if you do the right combination in the overclock thing. No, not overclock, excuse me, on the Evo. Have I been saying overclock? I meant Evo, the Evo system. Yeah, I'm trying to talk about the Evo system, no overclock. I mean, overclock, it's also a topic, but you know, it's less crazy than the Evo system is. And yeah, but that's gonna be another... All right, that was actually kind of nice. But yeah, I dislike the fact that now you can have cars that are so widely unbalanced against every other car, and you can use them at the same point that you could use the non-overpowered version. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Whoa, look at that. I just ranked up to Gold 2. Well, actually, I think... Am I gonna get rewards? Yeah, triumph rewards, because believe it or not, I hadn't gotten in Gold 2 in this account for a while. What can I tell you? That was my triumph reward? Nah. Oh, those are the triumph rewards. Nice. What did I get? Oh, blueprints for the noble. Nice. And, ooh, some tokens. I'll take them. But all right, here's what I'm talking about. So, the ZR1, there it is, right? ZR1 at a rank of 4,200. Oh, that is even because I did apply a couple of the... I unlocked the Evo system, but its actual rank is 3,876. And by the way, for the record, I haven't been driving it. Because I got curious, because look at what I did with the Nitro. 94 Nitro. Yeah, no idea how that does, but someday I will test it. Anyway, the point is that this is a car that it can be at a 4,400 rank competing against cars that go like, again, barely 4,000. That's what I don't like. DBT, did you just paint your car orange? Man, nope. Actually, no. I did not. I painted it bronze. And there it is. Look at it. Now, it actually looks kind of weird. It looked more bronze on the garage, but okay, whatever. So yeah, actually this color is horrendous. Why did I pick this? It's the lighting. All right, I'll blame the lighting. But yeah, whatever. I will end up making another proper video on this whole thing of the Evo tuning again, because it is a topic that I want to continue talking about. I see the advantages of the system, but also the disadvantages of it. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, just to close my idea regarding the Jaguar C-X75, should you be doing the hunt for it? My answer will actually vary depending on what it is that you're doing at the moment. Because if you, like me, are still hunting for the Porsche 935, because there's a special hunt still going for it. Now, granted, I already unlocked the car thanks to the overclock and whatnot, but I have not golded it. But I'm still prioritizing that over this car. So if you're working on that, I would say continue focusing on that Porsche, because it's still a better car than this one. But if you're done with that Porsche, you never cared for it, I think this is a pretty decent car to go for. And like I always say, even if you don't manage to straight up max it out from this hunt, still do as much as you can for the sake of getting some progress into it, so that next time that this hunt returns, you already will have it at 1 or 2 stars and you won't have to grind 5 stars in one single hunt. As I always say, just do whatever you can, because hey, why not? The point, this game is all about patience, so yeah, might as well. I work on it a little bit and eventually get into more of it. But all right, why don't you let me know in the comments, what are you doing? Are you going for this car? Do you like it? Do you find it visually appealing? I think it's a pretty cool looking car. Or what would you be doing with this hunt? Well, that's all for today. Once again, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.